And we did not know that APFIT was even a thing. And I got a call one day, said, hey, there's this thing called APFIT. We're going to put you in for it. We'll see what happens.
So, APFIT Awards on the Hill, USDR&E on Capitol Hill for the first time. 17 companies were asked to come up and display in front of members of Congress. Chairman Ranky, the Appropriations Committee, Undersecretary Michael came out. Pretty big deal. Incredibly competitive process. Hundreds down to 4, then down selected again. You got selected to be one of the 17 to come up to the Hill.
We did.
At the request of USDR&E and show what your project is and what it's been doing for the warfighter up here on Capitol Hill. So for those that don't know you or what do you do, give everybody the intro.
Sure. I'm Matt Meyers. I'm the CEO of B.E. Meyers Company, and we are a 52-year family business in the defense manufacturing space in Seattle, Washington, right outside of Seattle in Redmond, Washington. And so at the end of the day, we are a laser manufacturer. So predominantly defense-centric, U.S., military, law enforcement, some consumer sales, and then internationally about 50 different countries. And so laser systems is what we do.
So obviously lasers can go all over the map, right? Little lasers that are in electronics all the way up to, 18-wheelers with counter UAS systems and zapping things out of the air. Where are you generally?
Yeah, so the laser systems we do are usually weapon mounted. There's two sides of the business. One is defense systems, and that's going to be laser systems that are on everything from a standard individual weapon system to, let's say, a cruiser weapon to even remote weapon stations. Any door guns for helicopters out there will be us. Yep. And the other side is integrated systems, and so we do a variety of small laser modules that go into gimbals, mostly on large scale lethal effects UAS platforms. So
real tactical applications.
Very tactical. Most near infrared for use with night vision, basically near infrared and green. But for the most part, it's a tactical tactical laser system that we make.
You were awarded your APFIT in fiscal year 23?
24.
Okay. So APFIT's not just something you walk into the Pentagon and say, hey, I'll have one APFIT, please, right? You have to have a user that's actually going to advocate on your behalf because it's a government internal process. Who was the user and what was the use case that they submitted you for this APFIT award?
So it started as an SPAR, and for it was for SOCOM, for PM soft lethality, and the program's called Squad Aiming Laser Ultra High Power, or SALUHP. And we did not know that APFIT was even a thing. It was pretty early, and I got a call one day, said, hey, there's this thing called APFIT. We're going to put you in for it. We'll see what happens. And thankfully, it definitely happened. And amazing. So we got about $10 million worth of funding, which has been amazing.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. And we hear that with a lot of the early companies, right? Yes. That they got a call out of the blue that we heard about this thing. I talked to a woman today that said her first phone call was, we're giving you $10 million. Congratulations. And she's like, okay. So now there's obviously a more formalized process, right? It's everybody knows about it. The templates are out there. R&E does a rollout every year at their technical exchange on what these are. So on the front end of this, you already had a user that you were working with SOCOM, and they saw this as an accelerant to essentially what they were doing with you and moving you out of those SBIR, RDT&E dollars into PROC. What was the first product case that SOCOM wanted?
The first product was Squad Aiming Laser Ultra High Power. It was our Dagger series of laser that was started as a consumer product, and then they said, hey, we want you to make some tweaks with it.
I went to New York City public schools. I do not have an engineering degree. Spoiler alert. What is the thing?
What is the thing? So the Squad Aiming Laser Ultra High Power is a laser system that's both near infrared, so it can be seen with night vision,
Yep.
as well as green visible for marking, communication, what have you. Goes on the front of your weapon system.
Okay,
and
I had
it's-
one of these.
Yeah, so yeah, you had
Of some type of this.
the one that you had this is the one that's replacing it. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's the modern. The lasers have gone a long way in the last 20 years. It's really been 20 years since anybody took a look at this from from that larger weapon system side.
And now what you're saying is, and probably was a big catalyst to winning the APFIT, is you're saying that the one that goes on my rifle, then goes on the 240, then goes on up and up and up.
They used to have a different varieties, and with our system, it's a true multi-platform laser system. It'll go individual weapon, crew serve weapon, what have you. You can put it on a 240, you can put it on anything, and the power levels can go from 0.6 milliwatts to 350 milliwatts. So it's it's got everything you need.
Yeah. So SOCOM's got a history of they put in a lot of APFITs, and SOCOM wins a lot of APFITs. So I just, as a customer, SOCOM's actually really well versed in this process. They tend to be tactical application. They're looking, but that said, they're typically not looking for a better mousetrap, right? They're looking for something that is disruptive and generationally different, if not more, right? So what do you think was the breakout aspect of what you were doing versus maybe the program that you're replacing? As you engage with the customer, how do you break out what you're doing, and how do you get that government customer to advocate for you?
Well, for us, there was a down. We were on a down select. There was 3 different vendors who were also part of this SBIR. We were down selected, the final one, and it was after the limited user evaluation and the feedback from the end user. It was thankfully in our favor and no contest. So one of the things we did was, because the technological aspects of lasers in these roles have advanced so much over the last 20 years. One of the things we did was ours is completely digital. So we're previously there's a lot of mechanical aspects of things. We have a different type of diode core in there that we approached, and that did predict everything that SOCOM wanted us to do, and some things that they didn't know were possible. So that's kind of where we approached it. That's where it's been in the feedback that we've been delivering these for the last 2 years, and the feedback has been phenomenal. It's grown from there. So SOCOM had this major APFIT award, and we started delivering there. Another SOCOM entity saw it, wanted to make some modifications to it, and so we did another set of deliverables for those for several thousand. And then the Army saw it, and we just got an order for about 9,000, actually 10,000, to the Army that will start delivering in November. So altogether, on order or on the books, about 17,000 systems that are going out the door. So tremendous ramp up in the last several years, hiring hiring a plethora of folks from the greater area, and just putting in one of those systems to get those numbers going.
And as you engage with, say, customer number 2 or customer number 3 post APFIT, do you feel like transitioning out of the RDT&E and having a proc contract now gives them a sense of de-risking or an ease of buying because somebody's already done the work?
It's a proven solution, and it's not a, hey, I've got a better mousetrap. It's, I've got a better mousetrap. That mousetrap's been through a million and one tests, and it's vetted. It's a vetted solution that we're now, the first question ever is, well, hey, how many are you delivering? So now I'm going from batch processing to full scale production, and we're really working it. And right now it just continues to grow because they're all variants on a theme of the same core capability. So it's been very fortunate for us. So all of our investment, not only in people and know-how, but also from a machinery and automation standpoint, they serve multiple different lines under this Dagger series, as well as other products that we have going on also for SOCOM and for others.
Yeah. So early in the APFIT program, there was a lot of conversation about how to shape it, how to scope it. Should it be involved with the SBIR program? Should it look kind of like a Stratfi or a TACFI, where your ability to bring in private sector dollars or raise money would come into it. Obviously, keeping it pure and just saying, hey, if the warfighter wants it, an acquisition organization is willing to continue it, and it's somewhere, somehow on the R&E tech roadmap, we're going to move it on, and we're going to leave all those other things out. You're a small family-owned business, right? So for everybody out there that's out there raising a ton of capital and giving away a bunch of equity, small family-owned business, no VC money.
Nope.
You bootstrap the whole thing.
Yes. So that's how this works. And we go from the back of a napkin sketch to the final product going out the door in-house. So that's been critical for us. We make products. Like we are whether we're doing this product or everything else, we make our money by actually delivering systems. It's not just SBRs. We do very few SBRs. And then having that SBAR, and sometimes SBRs don't go where it'll fund you for now, and then you got to find another SBAR. This one, having it go from the initial concept to actual full product deliverable is what's been great for us.
And so that means all U.S. made.
Yes. So basically everything's happening there. That is where we shine. We're a true, unique American manufacturing operation, right there in the greater Redmond, Washington area. So we're an anomaly, sometimes in our area.
No. And look, it's good. It's all American made, right? You're bootstrapping it, family owned business, right? So all these other things, the more and more we talk to APFIT winners, if your ability to raise private capital is great, realistically, where we want to see people who are inclined, or companies that are inclined to raise private capital, we want to see that on the back end of the APFIT award, because now they see the trajectory and they want to invest. But there's nothing saying that you have to do any of that. So all the companies that are thinking about doing APFIT, your raise or how many SIBRs you have, then none of that's taken into consideration. If you're meeting the need, I was at the event today. I was talking to the new director of the Special Operations Acquisition, Resourcing, and Capabilities Directorate. It's a mouthful. Basically, the new SOF Enterprise CTO. And she said, our requirement is to win. Next time anybody asks me what the requirement is, all I'm going to do is respond to win. So as other people are out there and they're not a big VC company, or they didn't want a bunch of SIBRs, but they're delivering for the customer, their requirement is to win, there shouldn't be any other, in your opinion, you shouldn't consider those things and say, oh, I haven't done that, so I shouldn't APFIT. You didn't really have to go get a fancy VC or do 20, 30 SBIRs before your customer was like, hey, let's go ahead and accelerate this.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely meeting a need. And the question is, great, how can I get this faster? How can we help you? And it's very different. We've been around for a long time. That's working with SOCOM is absolutely amazing.
Hell yeah.
It's a different approach. It's extremely more, it's truly more of a partnership. And this helps put gas in the tank. So the communication lines are open, and when the funding lines have that, we know that we're going to take care of them first. And that's been very good for us, and I think good for them. So it's been a success story all around.
Hell yeah. All right. So the hard questions now. For the APFIT team, we love them. They are crushing it. The program gets better and better every year. Devin Bohannon, program manager, rock star. We heard today, Undersecretary Michael is not even holding back. Full support of the program, wants to see it going. We saw the Hill today, the chairman and ranking member of the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Defense, fully in support of this. But as successful people, we're all constantly seeking self-improvement. For the APFIT team, where are some things on the vendor side or the company side that they should consider as they think about tweaks to the program in the future?
I think right now there's a tremendous amount of information out there. I listened to your podcast with Tim from over at AI the other day, so that was how I prepped for this, as well as with Devin, and I learned things that I actually didn't know. When we first started this, I was frantically Googling APFIT to see what was out there, and I found almost nothing because it was this mystery treasure box. And I said, I hope that I don't know what strings are going to come with this. So far, it's been great. Where I was not ready because I didn't know what I was getting, didn't know what I was getting into. I don't think, I think it was very new to SOCOM at the same time. But ultimately it's, hey, what do you want? And from the time I got asked, what do you want, to the time that was here was, it felt like a matter of days. I don't know if it really was. And it was one of those, hey, I'm still trying to figure out where what we need. I would say just know, have a good argument together, have that justification of, hey, this is what we're doing, and this is what what we need to get there, and this is what it's going to do. We have our numbers. I got 25% basically headcount growth. I got a tremendous positive upturn with this and with everything else that's going on, and it's the numbers. Like, treat it like the bank's coming in. Basically, have your numbers together, have your wish list together, and know where it's going to go, because ultimately you're here for the benefit of the warfighter and the end user and the government. So it's like, hey, this is where your costs are going to get down. Hey, if these investments are going to basically let me be this much faster or this much cheaper, or basically we're going to basically put you into a different category of technological evolution with these advances. And that is just something where, if you're looking at doing doing an APFIT partnership as a vendor, from a vendor perspective, just have your ducks in a row, because you never know where you're gonna get that call. I sure didn't.
Yeah, right. No, so I think that's a logical progression as we look at the small business, traditional small business, non-traditional, or even the startup environment. There is a paradigm shifting moment when you move into proc. We had a conversation 2 days ago with another one of your fellow APFIT winners that was up here with us on the Hill, Brad Garber from Hidden Level. Brad's been on the acquisition side, right? He said something very similar: cost, schedule, and performance. You got to go to them with the numbers. They want to know what you're going to deliver, and when it becomes a lot more quantitative when you roll into the procurement side. It's not, oh, call me in 2 years, we'll figure out what happened on this RDT&E program. You have to show up with your numbers, your deliverables, what you're going to do, what your costs are. And I love the fact that you brought this in, because we've seen this maybe is not the break point that gets you in or gets you out, but we know that the PAEs, PEOs, CPEs, PMs, whoever's putting in for it, wants to see those costs coming down at scale and efficiency as they get to the end of LRIP. They'll pay a little bit more up front, but as you start moving into full rate production, your program of record, they want to see those numbers coming down. You're saying you were even considering those in the days that you had to figure out how to execute the award.
Cost and schedule, as I'm told frequently, it's all about cost and schedule. Performance is great as well. That's where we try to approach things, and so that's what they want. Hey, what are we going to get for our money? They're investing in you as an entity, and it's not a free money train.
Yep.
You gotta put out for what you get.
So, in short, companies, if you're thinking about APFIT, have your numbers ready.
Yeah, have your ducks in a row. Absolutely. And then, but I can say that, if you're working with SOCOM at all, SOCOM's just been an amazing partner. It's been very easy. There's so much information out there now that wasn't out there. The APFIT website itself is tremendous. And, just events like the ones we had today on the Hill were fantastic. So I'm happy to be a success story.
Love it. Well, thank you. Thanks for doing for the warfighter, the country. I wish you continued success, and thanks for being here today and hanging out with us at Frontier House.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.